Welcome back, everybody. So as you might be noticing, we've gone a little bit longer than we usually would. This is because we are this close.
It's so close
to the end. And we've just seen like the greatest performance since Laurence Olivier. Kind of push us through some what could have been quite an awful challenge actually, but managed to get us into a good position. So the guys, you kind of go northward out of this library, and it takes you down to a set of steps that kind of leads you down underneath something and back up again, which you kind of assume is probably the arboretum that you were in before. And it leads you to an alleyway that leads you down south, and you go through a door into an open room which seems to have a massive like hole in the side of the door, side of the wall. My apologies. What you see is twigs and roots are piled on the floor of this sagging chamber. The collapsed southern wall opens to a vast cavern. Illuminous fungus on the rough walls and on the high roof looms over the twilight grove of sickly briars, brushes, sapling, and other wooded plants. Ruined walls and hallowed towers protrude from the briars as you kind of look south towards this kind of like opening in front of you.
The goblins referenced the Twilight Grove where the tree grew, and I think this may be it, everybody. The trees should not be, trees and shrubberies should not be growing down here.
Is everybody ready for a fight?
Born ready, baby.
Yes. Baggi says as she grips onto her newly found weapon. Well, newly upgraded weapon. Yeah. She's ready.
Do we try and go in under the guise of prisoners and captors, try and get the jump on them, or do we just go all assault?
Well, we can try with the prisoners and captors.
Let's get the jump on them.
All else fails.
I tuck my holy symbol underneath my armor so I can pull it out, kind of my set of leather, so I can pull it out quickly if needed, but I don't want to give the game away, showing that I'm a revere nature deity. Okay,
so you're gonna go with the Wookiee. Is that the idea?
Yeah, gonna go with the Wookiee, wrapping the cloak around. Thanks, Paul Flannery.
Okay. So you're gonna go south, and you go through this grove, and you see lots and lots of like shrubberies. It kind of opens up to like a much higher, maybe like 30-40 feet high. Thank you, that makes it a bit easier. You go past a bunch of trees that look a little bit suspect to you. Maybe if they're still, they don't look like something else, but you know what they are. As you continue south, you come across what looks like an old fort. The walls have been broken down, and above it all, you see a tree, a great, an almighty tree. Standing in front of the tree, you see a man. What number am I? 56. So that's the grove, 56. Just gone through lots of different bits. Okay, so the walled clearing is, you see that they're about 20 feet high, which is less than half the height of the cavern ceiling. So we're looking at about 40-50 foot high. Several varieties of plants grow around the perimeter of the clearing, including a few suspicious-looking saplings, but their importance pales to that which stands in the courtyard centre. Beneath the fungal light grows an evil tree. Its blackened, twisted limbs reach upwards, its skeletal hands clawing its way out of the earth. Before it stands a few twig blights, a heavy armoured young male with a shield and sword, and a blonde young human woman in robe fit for a noble, and a middle-aged, bearded human male wearing a hood, brown robe, and armed with a staff and sickle. Younger humans have blackened eyes, and their grey skin is textured like bark.
Oh shit.
The
Rookie looks
middle-aged
at his
man.
finger.
Yeah, pretty much. The middle-aged man looks across and looks across to Baggi and to Pups and says, "What have you brought me?"
Baggi bows and says, "My liege, we have prisoners that was snooping around where Grak was.
I
Brought them to you."
I see. They will make great food for the tree.
And Baggi says, "Yes, indeed they will. Who would you like first?"
Who is the strongest?
Strong of will or strong of mind?
Says you seem worthy of the Gathias tree. No?
Worthy of captivity, worthy of shame,
Is it
worthy for your
beautiful?
trio. Yes, even in death, beauty does not evade my sight.
Yet it lives, though it looks dead. In an age long past, someone staked a vampire on this very spot. The stakes took root, and so the Gaia's tree grew, reverberating the primal power for those who wish to tap it.
Baggi ushers Tunk closer to where they stand.
And just before Tunk leaves, Oshi slips the alchemist fire into his pocket and says, "Aim for the roots," to Tunk under her breath.
Oh, can you do a stealth check for me?
Oh my god.
I think Pups is...
Cool. So you like hand it off.
I think Pups is going to join flanking, and as he comes closer, he's going to pull out the 3 pints of oil.
Why are you pulling out liquid?
Oh,
young goblin?
just under his robes. Not like this.
Tossing it up in the air like a...
Then the question changes to, why are you stepping forward, goblin?
This is a strong foe, my liege. Merely for our protection in case he breaks free.
Urki tries to distract from Pups and yells and says to this druid, "By Myliki's will, you will be punished for this affront against nature, druid."
Really? And what are you? But a small, tiny thing.
As you well know, in nature, it's always these small, tiny things that grow up to be powerful entities in this world.
Of
Much
course,
like this tree.
Like my fruit, for instance.
Yes.
The fruit goes forth to the surface. The seeds are dispersed, and the twig blights ravish the land. Isn't that just nature?
It is un-nature, druid.
Nailed it.
But this is natural. The undead are in our world, and they are nature. This tree has grown through the
Undead
chaos
are an abomination
of
to everything that life represents.
Really? And it's like his smile kind of cuts through. And he turns around and he's going to fire something at you, and then we're going to go into initiative. Cool. Great. Can you do a dexterity saving throw for me, please?
I shall make it, for I am earthy.
Yeah!
Yes. So you take you
He
take
does
half
this
of
like
that.
Matrix like.
So literally, like you get fired with, and it's like clears out, and Urki's just stood there, blood dripping from his mouth.
Oh, looks
And
like
he
half
takes-
damage though, eh?
You take half damage. You take 2 of those. Okay. So
Joe, while that's happening, is it possible for Oshi to hide behind the ruins as a little distraction?
yeah, right. Do a step check for me.
Come on, baby.
Oh
Great.
yeah.
Yeah. So you
Yes.
hide. Great.
So Oshi has run to. Oh no, she can't run across. Oshi's run to here.
Great. Okay. So let's just do some initiative then, please, guys.
I'm so excited. Oh my god.
Eh. So Urki recognizes the 2 non-druids, correct? These are
Yes.
people that were taken. Okay, these are the prisoners that were brought
Yeah.
down.
So you see the male as being Sir Brayford, and the female being Sharon Miracle. So yeah, these are the captors.
Are they friends or foe?
They don't look quite right.
They don't look right. They have bark on their skins, very, very similar
Okay,
to
lovely. To
Urki's
Urki.
finger.
Lovely.
It's the sunken black eyes that are causing me issues.
Okay, so we all in?
Yeah.
Hang
Yeah.
on, I should
Yeah.
just do twig blights. My apologies. Great. Okay. So Brayford marches forward and goes towards the orc, the half orc. My apologies. And he turns around and he swings his almighty sword at you, two-handed. Misses completely. In fact, to the point where you have an opportunity to attack if you wish.
Yes.
Oh yes.
Oh, great. Yeah, definitely. Baggy, desperately wanting to use her new
Yes.
decides to,
Fire sword. Fire sword.
yeah. Because actually, quickly, I did say battle axe. That's two-handed, so
Mhm.
that's obviously an advantage. But one of them also has the extra damage, right?
You choose one of them to have the extra damage. So if that's your main weapon, that's like the one that has the extra damage.
Okay.
Is
We are-
a two-handed weapon with advantage?
No, it's not with advantage.
Sorry, my bad. I didn't know.
So, yeah, I think using the old fire sword.
Yeah.
Well, I say fire sword, fire axe. She's gonna go for it.
Cool.
So,
20.
So he's gonna have an opportunity attack against you. One-handed.
How did?
13. Does that hit? No.
no.
And he misses.
Jesus.
Jeez,
Double
Louise.
natural one.
Okay, Oshi.
Oshi is hidden. She takes out her short bow and fires it at the noble lady.
Where are you, Oshi? I can't.
She's
see you.
hidden just over.
She's hidden.
Oh yeah, I see you. I see you.
On the
Yeah.
west. On the
Yeah, I
west.
see you.
So she's gonna fire at the noble lady because she's also kind of a bit jealous of like her get up. She's got pretty cool clothes and that because she's noble.
Whoa, yeah, so that hits.
Okay.
And you hit for 6. Let me just check.
And then she hides again.
Okay,
she
cool.
doesn't-
So
she-
your
she
bonus
hides.
is to hide. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, great. Yep, so that hits and it hits her for 6. And it's like
Okay.
boom. And you notice that she doesn't really move. She doesn't seem to like shift at all. It's just like dong. And that's it. It's like it's hitting a tree. And then you hide. Pups.
Marty.
Pups turns to Tunk and says, "It's time to copy the doggy," and he takes out the big vat of oil and just launches it at Balak, sort of here.
So more like towards the tree.
Yeah, so like behind Balak and at the tree.
Cool.
There.
Yeah, cool. So let's do a ranged attack. So let's do just like a dex with proficiency.
Dex proficiency.
We'll just do dex. If we do dex, and we'll just add 2 to it.
Okay.
Great. So literally you lob it and like the oil spills across this entirety of this tree. I'm gonna say like this area. Yeah, so like if here and here, like here, it just like covers the tree in oil.
Okay. And then we're gonna move here and attack with the offhand, right? Because I've already used my action to throw.
Yeah, I'll take that.
So it's time for the war pick.
No, and that misses, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Balak looks at himself and like does this, and his skin goes to like bark.
Oh, little bastard.
It was worth it for the hand gesture, though.
That was
90s boy band.
Yeah.
As he casts bark skin on his face, he now has an AC much higher than he was before. Has he got any thing which is a bonus? Nope. Yeah, and then he casts. He does this across his quarterstaff and casts Shillelagh.
Ooh. I recognize that.
Okay, yeah, definitely. Okay, recognizes that. So then, Baggy.
Okay, Baggy, seeing that he's now covered in bark, thinks that she's going to use her fire axe to try and swipe him across the face.
To get to attack him.
Yeah.
Okay, so you want to move forward?
So, does that mean I have to use my hand axe and then roll a
D4.
1d4, yeah.
Yeah, so let's do the hand axe first, and let's see if you hit it. 16. Yeah. Let's have a look. Does that hit?
Please.
It meets. It hits. So you hit for 8, and then you roll an extra D4 as well.
And 1d4. What is it? 3?
Nice. So like he then goes like, and you're gonna hit him with fire damage. And so he goes down quite a bit. Not quite bloodied, but he does get hit quite a bit from this orc smacking him. I'm just gonna move you to the right spot so you're next to him.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. And then I think she is going to use her action surge to like two-handed battle axe swipe him one more time just to give him that extra.
Yeah.
So.
And that misses, unfortunately.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay, we don't need shadow in this one. Okay. Sharwin, so the noble looks up at you, Pups. And she is going to use Ray of Frost on you. And she misses. Okay, Urki.
I am going to just double check. Okay. As an action, I am going to cast Bless on 3 creatures of my choice within range, and so that will be Pups, Baggi, and Tunk. So you get to roll a d4 to any attack rolls or saving throws for the next minute, so hopefully through the rest of this. And then as the bonus action, I am casting, using the Shillelagh cantrip on my piece of wood.
Nice.
And in case it helps my friends with flanking, I will move there for my movement.
Great. Okay, cool.
And can I look around? Do I see the frog anywhere? There's been a lot of talk about a frog, and I don't see a frog.
You don't see a frog yet, no.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh, fudge.
Okay, so like you hear like the sound of roots moving as they kind
Roots
of like,
maneuver.
roots maneuver. As you like see a bunch of those shrubs that looked really looked suspicious, all start to move towards your position. So the first one is going to attack Tunk. Sorry, I got so many of these open, I lost it. There it is. Okay, so go for a claw attack. Misses.
Yes.
Then it's going to go against Urki with advantage. Hits for 4 piercing. The other then goes for Urki. 14, does that hit?
No, AC 15.
Okay, cool. Bless is a concentration spell, right?
That is true. I will.
Can you do
make
a con saving throw DC 10? Great.
Nice.
So you continue concentrating. Pups. So you get a first attack from some twig blights with advantage because of flanking. 14 misses.
Nope.
And the other one goes for an attack. 12 misses as well.
Oof.
Okay, Tunk, you've got a twig. You got a twig next to you, and you've got Sir Brayford next to you, and you've been told, do what Doggy does, as he is thrown oil onto the tree.
Tunk will move to here, which I realise will possibly provoke an opportunity attack from this.
It will do. It will do. Yes.
Come at me,
18.
brah.
So you get hit 5.
It hits. Come at me, branch. Hold on. Back in.
19.
That's correct. Yeah. Sorry, it's just not taking away my health. Okay. And then we'll try and throw that alchemist fire towards the tree.
Come on.
Cool.
And
so Dex
do you want a
proficiency.
Dex?
Yep.
Come on.
I mean, don't ask for a lot here. It's my Dex. Can I use my inspiration for this?
Yes, please. You can. So get advantage with this. So,
If this is an attack roll, sort of, you get to plus D4 as well.
Oh, you get a blast.
plus
as well,
D4.
yeah.
Yes, it is an attack roll.
Okay. Well, then I'll do it once. So 15, and then I'll roll D4.
15 hits.
Okay.
Let me just check. Yep, 15 hits. And so you sort of smack it with the fire. And what you notice is as soon as the fire starts burning on the tree, Sir Brayford and Sharwin going, and they like look as if they're losing concentration.
Could we take up?
Well, as Tunk throws that fire, he'll say, "Tunk, make the big tree say timber."
So, however,
that's...
as soon as you say that, every single creature looks at you.
Oh.
Well, then, for a bonus action, Tunk will go into rage.
Yeah!
Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So, like, you just seen everybody kind of look at you as like, this is a problem. And now you are like priority number one. So Brayford turns around, looks at you, and goes for an attack. Where is his character sheet? Oh my god, I got so many character sheets open. Okay, cool. Two-handed. Goes for an attack. 22 hits you for 13 slashing damage.
So that's half. So I'll take 6.
He also, using his special weapon, which is called Shatter Spike. Let me just see what it does. Give me 2 secs. Shatter Spike. Oh, okay. Yeah, oh, have you hit an object? It's fine. Okay, so you get +1 to your attack and damage rolls. Blah 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 blah. Yeah. Critical hit. Okay, cool. Yeah, so he smacks you with his special weapon, and like smacks onto you. Taking 13 slashing damage, so that would be 6.
Yep.
And he just sort of like engaged in that kind of like at you. Okay, Oshi.
Oshi.
You are surrounded. Oh no, you're not. You're off the edge. So I was looking at Pups. My apologies. So Oshi, yeah, you're off to the edge.
Oshi is still hidden, and she was it called a pop and drop? Is that like a technical term? She gets her short bow out and she fires at the is it a twig?
Twig blight.
Yeah, who is 20 away from her.
So this one here, or this one up here.
No, the first one. The
first one. Okay. Okay, so we do fire, and I'm guessing you're then going to go prone.
Prone.
Yep, so we go with the advantage.
Yeah.
Here with the sneak attack. 18 hits, and it hits for that. So yep, so this like arrow comes out of nowhere, Pups. And decimates this twig. So what does it look like?
Just as if you know when dogs jump into piles of leaves, imagine that something's jumped into a pile of twigs and it's all just exploded everywhere. And it's in like people's hair, and like it's kind of distracting people. And this noble woman here has got a couple of bits in her hair, and that's what makes Oshi the happiest. She's like, your hair makes her nice now, and then she hides again.
So you drop prone, and you hide. Pups, just seeing these twigs explode to your right hand side, you then kind of go for your opportunity to attack.
So sensing what that might have been, Pups immediately checks his neck and realizes that he's okay. Did I see everyone's attention suddenly focus on Tunk?
Yep. You also saw that when the tree went, you saw the like concentration drop in Sharo and Heracule as well.
Okay. The concentration drop in both of them. Okay, so I am going to cast Shield of Faith on Tunk, which is going to up your AC by 2. And then I'm going to...
Thank you.
That's for my bonus action. And then for my action, I'm going to two-handed battle axe on... What was her name, sorry? What was her name?
Sharowin.
Yeah. Yeah, two-handed battle axe on Sharowin.
How long does that AC boost last?
As long as the spell lasts.
Yep, so that hits, and you smack her with the battle axe. You do quite a lot of damage. She looks fairly, like, on the edge of death's door.
And can I add Fury of the Small to that for 2 more?
Yeah, of course you can. So what does that look like?
Yeah.
Yes.
I think sort of, checking the neck, sort of turning around and whispering a little word to his to Amulet, then turns his attention and just does a huge cleave round and goes straight across the waist.
And then
Things
she
fall
drops.
She
As
just
she
sort
drops, she kind of grabs hold of you, and the bark disappears from her face, and the eyes go normal, and she looks at you. She's like, "Why? I have done nothing.
Oh.
I just wanted to kill the tree." And she falls to her knees, and that image of her bright blue eyes sort of burns into your soul as they go dead, lifeless behind them. And your attention looks up at Balak, and that's where the fury kicks in. Of like, you realise that they are not to blame. They are purely being used in this way by the tree itself and by Balak the Outcast.
Okay.
Which brings us to Balak. So Balak has literally protected himself thus far. He is going to use. Okay, so he can't see you. Yes, great. Let's use a bit of Thunder Wave. Why not? Let's do it at level 2. Great. So Thunder Wave. So everyone within a 15-foot cube of him. Yes. So that is
Baggy.
that, I think. Oh no, it's a bit bigger than that. That's 10-foot cube. So we just put it in, and then I can make it bigger. Okay. It's
Don't forget your blessings, people.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Oh, with him
Oh.
as a center.
Ah.
There. It's there. Okay, so he does thunder wave. So everyone, can you do a Constitution saving throw for me?
We still get blessing, yeah, with that?
Yep.
Mm.
Yes.
Yep. You can use it on there. 11, 7.
Not going to help
Oh.
Dan, but it will help.
Then I'm going to use my inspiration to re-roll that.
Okay. Right. So Tunk meets it and beats it. Dan is fine. Evie, are you going to roll D4 as well?
Yeah.
Or does Evie get it? Yeah, you do. Great. So you guys are going to take half of this damage. So you take 5 force damage or thunder damage each.
And then I'll only take 2 because of my rage still on, is that right?
No, because that's bludgeoning, piercing, slashing.
Okay.
So this is more of a thunder damage. So yeah, it's a different type of damage.
Okay.
So yeah, so you take 5 each.
Okay. Done.
Okay, and then Baggy.
Does it hit Brayford as well?
Yeah, we could do Brayford. Let's have a look at Brayford.
Good point. Well done, Dan.
And Constitution saving
I
throw
did. Ooh.
fails. So he's going to take.
And I did not bless him.
No, you did not. So he takes 10.
Okay.
And he's rocked pretty much. He's like, and keeps shaking his head. Sharwin's dead. Urky.
I am going to use my channel divinity on the 4 twig thingies that are within 30 feet of me.
Yes.
So everyone I can see except for the one that's on Pups, and attempt to charm them. Let me just throw that in the chat again. I believe it is a
Wisdom. Do you want one roll?
I think in this case, it's going to be more of a pain for you, unfortunately, but I think I'm going to ask for 4 rolls.
It's actually
you know what?
It's 6 rolls.
Oh, there's 2 I can't see?
Yeah.
Oh. You know what?
Double down. Go on.
We're doubling down. We're going to do a single roll. Let's just make it
Let's
easy.
do it.
And it's
Come on.
Wisdom, yeah?
Yeah, sorry. I clicked the wrong thing into the chat.
Okay,
I
15.
believe that makes it, though. That makes it.
Oh my god, so nothing happens then.
Yeah, wisdom and...
Do you not get your +4? Does that not work on you as well? D4?
No, I have to choose 3 creatures, which
Okay.
could include me, but it does not. And that's
Cool.
a saving throw that I roll, not that it's not a penalty for others.
Great.
That was my action in terms. I guess I heard that.
Ribbit.
Oh,
Ribbit. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
No.
As this
I
giant
believe
toad,
technically I'm done.
this giant like a frog jumps down from seemingly nowhere, and jumps behind Tunk, Ribbit, and it's going to go for an attack. Bite. 15. Does it hit?
15 hits.
Okay, so it does 3 piercing damage.
Even with your increased armor.
Yeah, I'm only getting up to 14.
Ooh.
So that's 1.
So you take 13, so that's 1. Oh, sorry, 3, so that's 1, but you're also grappled.
Okay.
Okay.
Tunk's looking low.
Okay.
Okay, Twig Blights. Seeing what you tried to do to them, Urki. Well, firstly, one's going to attack Pups. So we'll go for that attack first. Claw! Kapow! Misses.
Yeah.
Then they are all going to swarm around you, Urki. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3.
Oh, this is gonna be bad.
Then we've got this one's going to come in as well. So that's 10, 25. No, can't get there. It's going to here instead. This one's going to come around. So it's 5, 10, 15, 20. Yeah, great. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 attacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think they're all with advantage because we've got lots and lots of flanking going on.
Flanking.
Okay, so we go from this one to miss. 13,
Miss.
18,
Hit.
20 hits.
Hit.
So that
9
would be
points?
9 points. Not as bad as we thought it was going to be.
Oh, still pretty bad.
Yeah, still pretty bad. Okay, Tunk. Tunk.
Oh, we can't hear you.
You're
Bob,
muted.
turn your thing on.
My bad, sorry. What did we say the stipulations on grapple was? Is it can't move but can attack?
Yeah, I'm up for that. Can't move, can attack, can't move.
Okay. And in order to break out of the grapple, it would be a strength.
Yeah, contested check. Yeah, this strength, DC 11.
Okay. Fuck it, I'm going to try and kill this frog. Tunk is going to look to the frog, having grappled him, at first thinking it might be some sort of hug, and has initially smiled at the thought that Tunk's made a new friend. But actually, the new friend's just hurt Tunk, so Tunk is then going to try and two-hand Warhammer it.
Okay.
And go for a reckless attack.
Okay. Can't you only do reckless as your first attack?
I haven't actually attacked yet. This is my... I mean,
you're right.
I threw a...
Yeah, you're
5
right.
or
No,
something.
you're absolutely correct.
Cool.
So,
All
reckless
right.
attack against the frog.
Against frog. That's a 19
Yep, that hits. So it hits for 5.
for 5, yeah.
Great. As you slam onto its slippery side, and take 5 as a chunk comes out of its shoulder blade. Okay. Sabrafa's going to turn around and attack you again.
Okay.
Are you going to stand up or anything? Oh no, you are. You're just grappled. Cool.
I'm just grappled, yeah.
So Sabrafa's going to attack you with advantage because you're grappled. Where is he? Oh my god, I can't find his character sheet. There it is. Okay. Two-handed. With advantage, he'll take 7 out of you.
So I'll take 3.
Mhm.
That puts me down to 4 health.
Oh, wow.
Okay, Oshi.
Oshi moves to where the noblewoman. She moves next to the burning tree and just over the noblewoman. As she gets close to the
2 seconds. Let's go back. So you take half of your movement to get up because you dropped.
Okay.
Because you did a pop and a drop.
Yeah.
So you popped a shot and then you drop prone. So you take half your movement to get up. So you have 15,
So like
15
15
feet of movement left.
Okay, wait there. 1, 2. So I can go to this body.
Yeah, that's about it.
And just as she gets to, obviously there's a pile of twigs left where she just killed that. So she gets into the twigs and she's hidden in there. She takes her short bow and she fires it at the frog.
So let's do a stealth check.
Come on.
Let me just do a check on this on the frog. I'm trying to see if it sees you or not. Cool. So you're hidden inside of the twigs.
Lovely. And she used her short bow to fire it.
Oof.
Oh my god.
Short bow snaps.
Oh!
No!
Did you have advantage on that for being hidden? Or
That's
not?
true.
Ah, you're very true.
Yeah.
Short bow does not snap. Instead, they know where you are. You're not hidden anymore. But you miss. But they know where you are.
Okay. Cool.
Okay. Anything else?
She shrieks in anger as her very tiny fangs seem to grow and her pupils of her eyes seem to shorten and the scales on her forehead burn bright green as she shrieks in anger.
Nice.
And trying to intimidate.
Okay, let's do an intimidation roll. Cool. Pups.
So
It's like you would if you rolled like a 15, I would definitely get people running away from you, but no, unfortunately not. Pups.
So Pups is going to
He's
try
now
and
terrified of Oshi.
just sort of
Use it, Pups.
around and starts to run, knowing that there will be an attack. It's going to come. Oh, wrong bit. It is going to come to here.
Yeah. Misses.
Great. And is then going to two-handed battle axe.
Crit.
Swing.
Crit.
Everything.
Crit. No, definitely not crit.
What is it?
+4 though. You get to add 4 to.
I get +4 to the 9.
Probably
Not
doesn't
gonna-
hit, but it
It's
might
not going
be
to be
something.
enough. Not going to
He's
be
a
enough.
bard though.
No, not enough.
Okay.
You're swinging a Balak, aren't you? Yeah.
Yeah, swinging at Balak.
Yeah. So no, that misses.
Okay, how much damage? 5, 10.
Excuse me.
You still got the offhand if you want to use the offhand attack.
That was two-handed though.
Ah, okay. Never mind then. What are you gonna
Then
do?
I am going to. Who have we got? We've got boom, boom, boom. I'm going to move again to here
Okay.
and just shout, "Friends!"
Okay. Balak is going to turn around to you,
Mm-hmm.
and he is going to use. Man, that could really do it. No, I'm not going to do it. He's just going to try and hit you with his quarterstaff with shillelagh.
Okay.
Crits it
Oh.
and hits you for 17.
Okay.
And Pups goes down.
Pops goes down.
Oh my god.
Okay. Baggy, you just see Pups like drop to a knee and then land after being smacked around the face with a quarterstaff.
Am I
Literally
still
right
blessed,
in front
by
of
the
you.
way? Yeah. Am I blessed as well, by the way?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna use my on Balak. She's gonna go right in front of him.
Mhm.
And she is going to use two-handed battle axe. An attempt to swing him plus 1d4 best. Oh,
No. I'm afraid not. That misses.
no.
Have you got any inspiration?
Yeah, I do actually.
We'll take the advantage, so we'll take the 8.
Okay.
So you hit for 8. So you hit for 19. So you swing around 19. He
Yeah.
swings around. He smacks into him with the fire damage.
Yeah.
So it's 8
Yeah.
Yes.
plus D4.
Yeah, plus another D4.
Let me just do that. Hang on one sec.
Come on.
Come on. Ah.
And he hit for one fire damage. But he's
Okay.
looking pretty screwed over right now.
Okay.
It's like, "Rah, Kong!" and it's like going into a tree, but then those flames kind of kick up and like
Okay.
take over his body.
And because I only moved 5 feet, can I now move in a way to try and entice? As I've just attacked Balak, like the leader, can I try and move back a bit to kind of get people away from Tunk?
Yeah, if
As
you
well.
did, if you moved away from him, you will have an opportunity attack against you.
Okay, I think I'm going to take it because I've got some stuff
Okay.
in the back pocket. I think.
Here we go.
So I'm going to try and lure them away. I'm only going to go like 15 feet.
Cool. So he hits you for five bludgeoning damage as you move
Cool.
back. It
Fine.
takes you down to 8.
8. 1 down to 8.
Okay. Urki,
Yeah,
it's not
I
looking
am-
great around you.
it is not. I am torn between one of two actions. I am going to attack. I'm going to attack Sir Bradford.
Yeah, cool.
It was either that or heal Tunk, but
Yep.
17?
Yep. Oh, no, it doesn't. Doesn't hit.
Wah, wah.
One off. Okay. No.
Then I will. I will be done.
Okay. So the giant frog is just going to double down on its pinning of Tunk. Twig blights. Okie dokie.
Oh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Yep.
This was all on Urki, correct?
It is, yes.
Yes, Urki drops.
And all you guys see is like a pile of twigs and shrubs just take over the area. Tunk, you are closest to it, and you just literally see Sir Brayford just stood with his sword overlooking it all as Urki goes down.
And I imagine then everybody's bless also goes down as well.
Yes, it did. No more bless.
No.
Tunk. Oh, one more. Sorry, one more.
But has this one seen me? Because I thought it was just the frog that saw me.
Yeah, no worries. I'll just go to Tunk them.
Oh
Okay.
no, actually, it's okay. It probably did see me. It
So
probably did see
with
me.
advantage, so that's 6, So 6 piercing, so that's 3 piercing on Tunk.
So I got 1 health point left, y'all. Let's do this, baby. Come on.
Okay, so Brayford. So Brayford's going to turn round on Tunk.
That's my turn now. You missed, you missed my turn.
Yes, it is. See what Tunk. Tunk, go, Tunk, go.
Okay. Tunk is going to try and he's gonna yell. He's seeing his friends fall. He's gonna scream. He's just gonna scream, "Friends, help each other!" And will attempt to intimidate the rest of the smaller foes.
Yep, the twig blights. So it's doing intimidation.
And he's going to use his inspiration on that as well. So that's 13. Are you letting me roll again with inspiration, or is the inspiration to get the advantage?
Give me a second. Yeah, it's enough. So, like, the twigs are like... as they look up at you. And they begin to, like, be afraid of you.
And there's not really much else I can do.
Do an attack. Just take an attack. I just want this for story. Like, screaming friends help each other means you have to have an attack. I'm sorry.
Okay, I mean, I'll go with it.
Yeah. Is it on Sir Brayford Twat's head?
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that probably makes the most sense. Sure. Okay. Yeah, I'll do it to Sir Brayford. Actually, you say his skin was barked, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Would you allow me to attack with a lit torch?
Oh, yeah, I would.
Okay. Well, then he'll take.
I mean, technically thinking, I think that you would do more damage otherwise. But if you want to use the lit torch,
you think I'd do more damage with just a warhammer?
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Okay. Well, then I'll just stick with that. Well, having not have any fire from a torch, Sir Brayford will see the fire in his eyes.
So I'm looking for 18. That's what I'm looking for.
Come on, baby.
Come on, Tom.
Here we go.
And
Oh my god!
Yes.
And what does that look like?
So Tunk, what's still grappled, kind of as he looks to his left and looks to his right, seeing Doggy and Fairy having fallen, manages to somehow splinter the bark-like skin, and the hammer and the warhammer goes all the way through to a very human heart underneath, as it explodes in its concave chest.
So good.
Yes, Tunk.
Yes, Tunk. King Tunk.
Yes,
King Tunk. King Tunk.
Okay,
Oshi. Oshi. So you've got you can see Balak right in front of you as you kind of like look through the twigs.
And are the twigs? Is Balak still on fire from Baggi's?
I'm going to say that he's not. I'm going to say
He's
like
not.
hit fire damage and then it kind of went out.
Okay, cool. And can Oshi move to here? And she's just underneath the fire.
Yeah, sure. You can move to there.
Okay, so Oshi's moved to there, and she's like,
You're still hidden, by the way.
she's and as she gets close to the fire, her hand starts to hurt a bit, where she's got those 2 snake bites in her hand, and this as she takes her rapier out, this almost heats like her muscles, and the handle, is that what you call it, the handle of her rapier, as she plows it in. What is wrong today, man?
Do you not have inspiration?
I used it on my last one. And then she disengages and hides
Well, hang on.
beneath.
Weren't you hidden before? Or did we say that
Yeah.
they found you?
Yeah, she's hidden, so she.
Well,
gets...
there you get the
Oh,
advantage.
yeah.
That would be a
Oh,
sneak
okay,
attack.
so yeah, sneak
So-
attack. So.
Yes.
So, tell me what
Yes.
that looks like.
So as she takes it out the sheath and the burn in her hand goes all the way through her muscles, her scales on her forehead are still burning, and she closes her eyes as she plunges the rapier all the way through, and the heat almost sets all of him alight inside as like and as she plunges it through so incensed and so quickly and so heavily and so with so much strength that it actually just explodes him up into the tree. Like his top half just goes up into the tree, and there's like entrails, and like his heart's exploded, and an eyeball kind of comes out the top of his head, and all his cloak is whipped back. Imagine if all the blood means that the fire goes out on the tree, but it doesn't.
As we hear like the sizzling of blood on this firing tree, the twig lights begin to kind of fall away and almost like fall into like a mess of twigs as they collapse onto the ground, and you see the kind of burning tree, the black smoke pouring away from it. It almost turns red as a face of somebody that some of you may recognize. Of the face of, I don't know why, I'm just going to throw Strahd in here, why not? So like the face of Strahd is sort of pulled up into the space, into the sky. And as it kind of the burning clears, you see the white armor of a small goblin lying on the ground, bleeding profusely. Can you do a death saving throw for me, please, Pups?
Yeah.
Oh, Pup.
As he fails, and he's like, you see the blood pour from his lips onto the ground.
Baggy runs over immediately to Pups, and kind of like scoops him up in her big arms, and is kind of like trying to jolt him awake. And the only thing she can think is that, I mean, she still has that like purple luminous stuff in her pocket, and she gets it out in an attempt to try and like feed it to him.
Did Baggy find a healer's kit earlier in one of the rooms, I thought? Or something? Herbalism kit, okay. Okay.
She's got a herbalist kit. So can she try and...
You can try it medicine. Yeah. Try it with a bit of wisdom.
So if I just click on the herbalism kit and then wisdom, does that work?
Yeah.
Okay. And then would it be a saving throw?
No, it just should be wisdom. Then we could do just a medicine check. Let's just do medicine.
You do medicine check.
Yeah,
Okay.
so that's a skill, just medicine skill. As you kind of like try and like throw things at him, and he's like
feeding him everything.
and he like coughs up and like opens his eyes slightly and looks deep into these orcish eyes and sees you before his eyes close again, and he passes out, but he is breathing, and it will take him an hour before he wakes up. Okay, can you do a death saving throw for me, please?
20.
Come on.
Ooh.
Cool. You see, like Urky's on the ground. He has been scratched and destroyed all over. The bark skin has kind of collected all over his body. You look up at the tree, the burning tree, and there is, right at the top of the burning tree, you see a single red apple.
Is Tunk still grappled?
No, the frog ran away. Let go and ran away. As soon as he just ran away.
Well, with 1 HP left, he bends down to the dying body of Urki and says, "Wishes to come true, fairy." Oh God, I'm crying. And he runs and scales the flaming tree to try and get the remaining apple from its height.
So you see Tunk climbing through, and the flames are hitting his arms and his legs. His beard goes on fire as he climbs through, gets to the top, pulls the apple, and leans out and falls and hits to the ground, dying instantly.
No.
As his arm rolls out and an apple falls out towards Baggy's foot.
Baggy picks up the apple, goes over to Tunk, kind of like breaks a big chunk of it off and tries to kind of like feed it to Tunk.
There's just no movement.
There's
no movement in the jaw, there's nothing.
So she looks around kind of like desperate and runs over to Urki and sees if she can feed him some of the apple.
Urki takes it, and as he's eating, the bark skin sort of starts removing from his arms and from his body, and his eyes awaken and he opens his eyes.
He sits up and just tries to gather in his surroundings. And I guess he sees the two fallen friends, and he immediately intuits that something is wrong with Tunk is the less stable of the two, and he runs over and tries to, in hopes that a healing, some healing magic from his deity from his goddess will help with whatever is ailing him.
And as you drop to your knees and you pray, and you hear a voice, and it says 3 hours. I told you 3 hours. You assumed it was for you. And then you just hear this goes back to the pub. He's like, "Oh, bullshit! That is no fucking way how that story ended." He's like, "I'm telling you, we took into the Sunless Citadel, and we went straight down, and we killed that druid. And I'm telling you, this guy just dropped on the floor, and he died right there in front of the tree." And it's just like, nah, it's bullshit. Absolute fucking bullshit. It's like, all right, do you want to bet on it? And then because of like this fight suddenly ensues inside the Yawning Portal. And they slam against the door, against the wall where you guys are listening, and you kind of push back. And you like, there's a moment where you think you might have been heard. As you sort of scramble down and run to try and jump out. But as you kind of go, you kind of find another crack in the wall. And you see this little gnome sat in the corner, drinking a pint, as you see Urki drink a glass of wine and say, "It's not bullshit," as he drinks the last glass of wine in the Yawning Portal. And we shall fade to black right there.
Oh my god!
So, firstly, I want to say a massive thank you to Kurt. Thank you for being.
We love you, Kurt.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a special guest player on this first episode of the Yawning Portal. Yeah.
You're muted. You're muted, Kurt.
Apologies. Well, thank all of you so much for having me. I just love that Dan is still speechless. No, this was a great few weeks. So thank you for having me. This was a lot of fun.
The
Appreciate
pleasure
it.
has been all ours.
Yeah,
brilliant,
definitely.
Kurt.
So much, Kurt.
So
Um,
good.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't say I'm sorry we killed Tunk, but I think it was a good story.
Oh my god, what a great story.
I love you, Tunk. I'm so sorry, but it is. Urki
It's-
had to survive.
It's
Urki must
it's the best way
survive.
to go.
It's kind of a punk move by my goddess. I'm sorry.
Yeah, right?
No,
And
just
there was you at
just
the
a
start
DM.
going, oh yeah, the thing is about, evil deities is it always comes back and bites you.
Sometimes good ones too.
So, from an extra long episode of Waterdeep Mallrats Tales from Yawning Portal, we finally say goodbye to Kurt. Thank you very much. We'll be seeing you very, very shortly.
Long live Urki.
Long
Yeah.
live Urki.
Turkey.
We love you,
Left
Urki.
of that.
To Tunk.
To Tunk, King Tunk.
But as
Ghost Tunk.
always, keep playing games, keep playing role playing games, and of course, please stay safe. I love you all. See you soon.
Big love.
Love.